So before we segue out of MySpace, did you have Tom on your top 8?
No.
You didn't leave him there?
No.
Okay.
Get him out of here.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't do that either.
Wait, was that like an integrity move? Was that like real people appreciate it?
Yeah.
Welcome to I Don't Want to Grow Up. It's the podcast where two guys who really want to know what that song is on your MySpace page talk about how things were infinitely better when they were kids and spend an entire episode convincing themselves that they're right. I am Jordan Top 8 Stratton.
Ooh, and I am Felix. Schlater.
That was beautiful.
You know?
Is that a family name?
It's like it's passed down generation to generation.
Gross.
Degeneration to degeneration.
Ugh.
My grandfather was an IBM compatible. Just born of the machine. I'm Neo. I'm basically Neo.
It makes sense. You know? You are the one.
Look at me.
That's right. We're back again in video format.
My goodness. We are going to flip this table tonight. This table is going
so
to
small.
Flip.
And we're so strong.
Yeah. But we're in our we are in the IDWGU studio, ladies and gentlemen.
It's happening.
Like, we have our space. It's not a big space, but it's our space. It's my space.
It works.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you did there.
You know?
I like that.
Tell the people what we're talking about tonight,
Guys,
George.
we're talking about the internet.
Ooh.
How have we not done this yet?
I don't know, because it's always two guys, something internet, right? Don't we do that?
Usually. That was the original one. It's two
that
guys who
was
spend too
the
much time on the
original
internet. And we still haven't specifically talked about the internet. We talk about the internet all the time. I mean, too much.
Yeah, like we always kind of have off sort of like side roads into the conversation. And we boys never just like, let's just talk about the internet. It's always like, hey, did you see that? Yeah, I did. That's great. Did you see that? Like, that's generally what happens.
There's always internet references because that's what our life is.
Right. Yeah. This is how Jordan and I have coffee. Hey, did you see this? Yes.
Yeah, I saw it. Nice.
Did you see this one? Yeah, that's good. Oh, no, I didn't see that one yet.
Show that to me.
And then we sit with our headphones on while we're just working, and then it's, oh, hey, did you see this?
Yeah, we're best friends.
And if it's really good,
we share everything together.
Here's the move if it's really good. What?
Or it's just this.
Listen. Listen to this. You think we're exaggerating, but this is
literally the move.
Exactly.
Tangled.
Coffee this morning was that. But yeah, we're talking about the internet. But before we jump into the topic at hand, Jordan, you picked out a little beer for us here.
That's right. We're back again. You know, that means we're drinking, folks. And this time we're back with some beers. Last couple episodes, we had some guests and they liked liquor-based beverages, but we're back with the brews. And I can't say I'm complaining. And this week, we got something special from Parallel 49 Brewing in Vancouver, Canada. This is a Northwest.
They've combined West and East and wheat.
It's in North and West and East. It's Northwest.
If Kanye were born in Virginia.
This is a Northwest wheat ale called the Jerkface 9000.
I like that he's pointing to himself.
I know.
He's just fully admitting, it's me. That's his voice. It's me.
And I love that this is video. People who are listening to this, I'm sorry, but this guy is obviously a Jerkface 9000.
Yeah. Is that a Dragon Ball reference?
I just was thinking, I was like, is it over? But he's not over 9,000.
Right.
He's exactly 9,000.
And he's owning it.
He does kind of like Super Saiyan hair if it was red and if he was balding. But the little patches on the sides are totally going Super Saiyan.
If the lead singer of Prodigy found all 7 Dragon Balls and made a wish,
that's what he would look like.
He'd be the fire starter, wicked Super Saiyan
even has
fire
an earring.
starter. Yeah, it is. It's the lead singer from Prodigy.
Wow, it really works that way.
Oh, this is great. It's a visual podcast now, baby.
It's beautiful. So the Jerkface 9000 and I'm going to read this directly from the website, and it's great. I didn't change a thing. This is verbatim. Hey, you! Yeah, I'm talking to you, buddy. How about you grab a bottle of this Mosaic hopped American wheat beer and cram it down your pie hole? Did I hurt your feelings? Too friggin' bad. When it's this good, you ain't gotta be nice about it. It's literally what it says.
You sound like a 90s juice box commercial.
Hey, punk, you like grape juice? Yeah. Welch's, bitch.
I loved Welch's.
Oh man, they had the best marketing ads. It's amazing. So
Picking on chubby children as they walk down the street. Please stop.
So this is, it says, juicy citrus, tropical, and floral hop notes sit atop a light, grainy malt base, giving the beer a very flavorful hop punch with a light, refreshing body. What do you think? Did you get that?
It's good. I mean, it's I'm normally not a fan of just straight wheat ales, but it does have that sort of hoppy kind of kick. So
you get the hoppy variety. I like it.
I like it. Yeah, wheat ales in general just kind of bore me.
Yeah.
But you know,
it's only 5% ABV, so we could drink 12 of these and we'll still be able to drive home. Don't worry.
Will.
It's fine. It's fine.
Taco Bell, here we come.
All right, let's jump into it. So the internet. Where were you when the internet was born?
Okay. So let's see. For those of you first joining us, this is where we talk about, in this case, the internet, what the internet was like when we were kids. And so I remember when my dad came home with the tower computer. I think he paid like $1,400 for this machine.
Now, I remember the day my dad came home with the computer also. However, was your first experience with the internet on your own computer? Was it somewhere else? Was it at school? Was it at the public library? Was it at your father's office?
No, we had
Father,
into your study, so we might traverse the internet.
Next to the wardrobe that led to Narnia? Yeah.
No, my first access point to the internet was at home.
Interesting.
So we had computers at school, but it was like word processing and kid pics and just stuff to like introduce you.
What's kid pics?
Oh wow,
we
are gonna have
once again bad marketing. Not great.
It's exactly what you think it is.
I hope not.
Kid pics was basically MS.
Was it
Paint.
clip art?
It was MS Paint.
Okay,
but
I think I remember.
Like things instead of the erase tool, you had to stick a dynamite, and you could click, and it would blow up the entire
remember
canvas.
This.
Yeah. And it was for the Apple IIe. So you had during computer time, you had the option to play Number Munchers, Lights Out, or Kid Pics.
Wow.
Yeah.
You remember all these?
Oh my gosh, the best, just the best.
I'm trying to remember the games that we played. It doesn't matter. That's not internet related. That's just basic computer related. Okay.
Right. And so I remember when my dad came home with the computer, and you used the classic phone cord into the back of the thing. You couldn't be on the phone at the same time, and it made this just like, I remember hearing the magical sound
from the bowels of hell.
God, I mean, from square one, day one, I was hooked. I didn't even know what we were getting into. But I knew somewhere on the other end of this like weird bleep bloop static sound was this like massive world that was about to open up for me. And I didn't know what that was yet.
Yeah.
So I remember like at the time I was reading like Goosebumps books and then just a bunch of these other types of books. And I remember on the back of the books, for the first time ever I saw, it was like, if you like the books, visit goosebumps.com. And I was like, what is that? What does that mean? So the first website I ever visited, I remember the little like mouse moved across the Windows 95 like desktop and double-clicked Internet Explorer, opened it up, and it was just like, where do you want to go today, Tiny Felix? And I typed goosebumps.com, and I clicked it. And
I
it was
to imagine you said it while you did it too.
It was me and Adam Sandler. And like it was like this crappy animated GIF. It was like this slime moving, and it was, I think at the time, like Night of the Living Dummy was one of the big ones. Let's Get Invisible, like, the classic Goosebumps books, and they were on the front.
Was that a Madonna pun?
What? Let's Get Invisible?
Yeah, so Let's Get
Let's
Physical.
Get Invisible.
Is that it?
Invisible. Madonna, if you're watching, can you confirm, deny? Did you know R.L. Stein?
Let's figure this out together.
You notice how you've never seen Madonna and R.L. Stein in the same room together?
It's very true. I've never seen R.L. Stein and anyone in the same room together because I don't know what he looks like. Do you know what R.L. Stein looks like?
Yeah. He's creepy.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's super creepy, which is even better. That's the best part about R.L. Stein. He's not like Hugh Grant.
Oh no.
Yeah. He's very
gross.
Yeah, he's got the mole on the forehead.
Yeah,
he looks like he writes horror books for kids.
I feel like he loves and smells like clam chowder.
He looks like he loves kid pics.
Oh, don't say that. But you're right. Don't throw RL under the bus like that.
What does RL stand for? You know what? I don't even want to know. I want it to remain a mystery.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpel Lilith Fair.
That's what it is. Oh, it's Robert Lawrence.
That's not
That's
as fun.
boring.
Wow. Illusion destroyed.
Ugh.
Childhood gone. But yeah, that was the very first website I visited. Followed promptly by Animorphs.com. Because
why not?
If you think about I didn't know Google wasn't a thing.
Right. No. My first memory, I don't have a specific memory, but I do remember going to my dad's office because he worked at a university, and so I'd just go to his office to hang out because I was 8, and so I'd go up there and he'd be like,
taking classes.
Here, this is the internet. Yeah, I was going to night school.
Doogie Howser.
Yeah. And so I just he's like, just write something, put .com at the end of it.
But
it's like, this is great.
We all did it. We're like, what happens if you type in but?
I never realized. I just typed in Star Wars and Pokemon and all the things that a 4th grader loves. And it wasn't until I want to say probably 6th grade that my dad brought home a computer. We had a desktop Macintosh, but it wasn't something that could actually be hooked up to the internet, right? So we had an HP Pavilion.
Ooh.
Lappy.
There's no E-machine.
No, it wasn't an E-machine. No. I still don't know what those are.
HP Pavilion. Who thought of
what kind of name is a pavilion? What about a structure with no walls?
Shut up, Robert Lawrence. Go write a book.
I'm going to write the scariest books. You guys aren't even going to know.
Let's get invisible. Invisible.
I'm going to feature my favorite 80s artist.
Let's get Pavillionable. Pavillionable. Is that?
It's a bit of a stretch.
No? Okay, fine. Pinvisible?
Pinvisible?
It's like pins.
No, I got it. No, I got the first
when your leg falls asleep and it's...
Ooh, creepy.
Shut up, Robert Lawrence. 2 first names.
I've got it.
Shut up, not Joey Lawrence.
Oh man, when you were typing, I noticed you went like this.
Yeah.
Did you know how to type appropriately then?
So the way I learned how to type was because of the internet, right?
Did
so
you?
All of my friends were on AOL Instant Messenger, and I remember meeting my group of friends. I'll back up just a hair. My father was in the military, so we moved around a lot.
Right.
So when I moved to San Diego, and I remember I bet all my my friends in San Diego, they were all cool hacker friends, and I was like, oh my gosh, look at all these cool hacker friends.
Oh man!
And at first I thought I was like, okay, this is all show. It's like, oh, look at these skater friends who just carry around skateboards. This is like, oh, look at these pretend hacker. Oh wow, you guys actually know how to
They're in the mainframe?
Yeah, so I taught, because of them, I taught myself to write Visual Basic, C++. I taught myself to write these.
At what age?
It was, 96. I was 13.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. So things I still don't know how to do.
Yeah. So I learned how to write all these little programs to manipulate, at the time, AOL. So things like password crackers, things like brute force, things like dictionary crack, all this stuff that you're not supposed to be able to do, I was able to do at 13, and I had access to the internet. It's a whole new world is just playing in my head. And so we're all when you're hanging out with, it's a bunch of 13-year-olds hanging out. All you're doing is making fun of each other the whole time.
Right.
So you put that in a digital space. If you can't type fast, you can't burn anybody.
That's also
the lamest, coolest thing ever.
Just the worst. You're just the nerdiest, clout, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I was out playing sports and throwing footballs
around. Oh, yeah, me
around.
too. So, California Games 2 on my PC. I would play against other people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had footbag. It wasn't hacky sack. It was footbag.
Footbag? That sounds like when you forget what a hacky sack is called. You're like,
hey, fellow kids.
Would you like to play a game of footbag?
It's me, Robert Lawrence. I have a footbag.
Get out of here, Robert Lawrence Stein. No one wants your footbag. They always call him by his 3 names. He hates it so much, so he initializes it.
If only there was some way to quickly get through my name.
I know. I'll add punctuation.
The goosebumps I've got.
Ooh, oh!
Let's get invisible.
Oh my God. Madonna, my muse.
But that was my first foray into the internet, was the family computer.
Yeah.
And what's funny is like at that age, 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old boys, like with access to the internet, of course, like they're like, oh my gosh, porn. For me, I was so obsessed. This is going to sound extremely dorky and I don't care. I was so obsessed with writing code and executing it on AOL and on online figuring. I would wake up in the middle of the night, sneak downstairs, log on to the internet to write code. I would sit awake
this sounds
at 3 in the morning.
Like a sketch. Like this sounds like a fake thing. It's like, oh, I know what he's going down there to look at. Oh, it's just like the black screen with like the green text.
It was that. I was writing code. I would compile it. I would run the programs and see how it would work. And then like it was things that you weren't supposed to be able to do. Like you'd be able to log into like AOL chat rooms and kick people out.
I want a side-by-side of like you and me. Like we go down, it's the exact same thing, like a parallel thing. We both sit down and you're like, you go into the mainframe and you're like breaking down. I'm just like,
butt,
boobs. And I'm like, delete, big boobs. Nice.
I'm writing if-else statements. I'm writing my own BAS files. I'm writing like all this stuff. And but I was obsessed. Yeah. And I remember finding what at the time they were IRC rooms, Internet Relay Chat, and it was basically like these underground chat rooms that weren't a part of like AOL. And this is where the folks who like loved the internet. This is where the fun begins. This is where the leather jacket clad vampires hung out. Oh God. And I don't know. It was like this weird, empowering, like, I love the internet. I don't know what it is. And I didn't know, like, you know, you look at it now, and if there was someone who was that obsessed and was writing code, you're like, oh, you're going to be a gajillionaire. Like, you're going to use those things to be a gajillionaire. I am not a gajillionaire. Not even close. No. Not even a bajillionaire or a zajillionaire. Like, nope. I was just obsessed with the internet. And I still am.
I mean, both are. Who isn't? I mean, everyone is to an unhealthy degree.
Yeah, it's gross.
To be honest.
So let's see. We fast forward just a hair within our adolescence, and we go from 56K, and then we've got DSL. We've got broadband. Mm-hmm. Like, paint me a picture, Jordan.
I mean, I want to say right before we got high-speed internet, that's when social media started making its debut.
Tell me about your first. Tell me about that toe that dipped into the social media pool.
So mine was, I started in the MySpace realm, right? I did have a top 8.
How political was that within your friends?
Not very much. It was kind of just, no one ever talked about it. Same. I think it was just like understood. Did you guys like talk? Do you have confrontations?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. And this you have to remember, this was around the same time that Zanga and LiveJournal were a thing.
Never got into it. I didn't like to write enough. I was like, I do that for school. What am I going to write on the line?
The number of friends I lost because of either Top 8 Politics or LiveJournal or Dead Journal or Zanga.
Wait, what's the difference between LiveJournal and Dead Journal?
Dead Journal formed when you couldn't get an invite to LiveJournal. So someone made like Dead Journal.
I'm not invited to the party, so I'll make a better party.
Basically, everything. It was basically dark mode before dark mode became a thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, LiveJournal was like whites and blues and then Dark Journal was like blacks, oranges, dark, deep yellows,
sadness.
Yeah, basically it was that. It was just like skulls everywhere.
Cool. It's goth LiveJournal.
I had a Dead Journal because I couldn't get a LiveJournal, and then I got the invite, and I deleted my Dead Journal
immediately. Did you just like copy paste all of it over?
I deleted all my friends on Dead Journal. It's like, you guys are dead to me because you're on Dead Journal.
It's appropriate.
Thank God none of that stuff exists anymore.
Didn't you say you couldn't find your password for your Zanga?
I went and tried to look for my Zanga page not too long ago, and I couldn't find it. I tried every iteration to find it.
Do you think it's out there still?
I hope not. What
was your name on there?
If there were any internet super
sleuths
out there
right now?
That'd be fantastic. I'd let you read some stuff on it.
Right. So that's when I started figuring out just the most basic of coding. Because if you wanted to personalize your MySpace page in any way,
CSS,
you had to find the base. And it was like, I wasn't writing anything. I was like literally going places and copy pasting.
Sure.
into the code.
You'd be surprised how many programmers today are doing this.
Still doing that. I'm sure they are. Just looking for shortcuts.
Looking
like
at all you GitHub programmers.
Yeah.
All of you guys.
Yeah, all of you guys. Have some integrity. I remember I had this sweet like cityscape behind. It was like a night shot.
Yeah.
And I had
Was it tiled or did it take up the whole thing?
It was. I had a large. I don't think. No, it was tiled. It was tiled.
Okay. Now here's an important question: when you scrolled, did it stay still?
It stayed still.
Yeah.
It stayed still.
Static background.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I remember having like losing respect for people when I'd go to their MySpace page and I'd start to scroll and the background
goes with you.
I'm like,
amateurs.
What are you doing? What are you doing with your life?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
It stayed still. It was tiled, but it stayed still.
It stayed still. That's all that matters.
You opened it up, and then my sweet like model shot came up, and something corporate space started playing, and it was pretty. It was a good place to hang out. Yeah, people loved it.
Oh my gosh! And then just like people writing on your
it's just
on your
cringe
feed.
city thinking about that
it's
time.
So good
because I was probably sophomore in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, the worst time ever.
It is a little scary to think about how much right now the things that kids are doing and saying are going to be solidified on the internet forever.
Yeah. But I also
video
wonder,
format.
there's so much of it though.
Oh, sure. Like they're old news within a few hours.
Sure.
But if you want to go back and dig it up, it's there.
And it happens. Like people are losing jobs over these kind of things.
I just missed that bust. Thank God. Like the Zanga, the Dead Journal, it's all gone. The Friendster page is gone. My MySpace page looks totally different. Like it's because they rebranded. It's just all different.
Right.
So before we segue out of MySpace, did you have Tom on your top 8?
No.
You didn't leave him there?
No.
Okay.
Get him out of here.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't do that either.
Wait, was that like an integrity move? Was that like real people appreciate it?
Yeah. You left Tom. He's like,
oh, hey. Wait, I just want to get a shot of both of us.
And he had the white.
It's like
he had the white.
Turn the way and then you just.
Right? That's what it was.
Was he writing something?
No, his hands were down, but it was like, he's like, hey, Tom, let's take a picture for your website. You want to do what? And then it stuck forever.
That's his
ever.
legacy.
Yeah, his white shirt and then just on that. So I remember at one point, people were jumping ship from MySpace. Even I remember reading an article about like folks who worked at MySpace. It was like this wasteland, this graveyard. People were in the MySpace building who worked for MySpace, receiving a paycheck from them, but on their computer screens was Facebook. They were on
already doing
Facebook.
It.
They were on Facebook. So tell me about your foray into Facebook.
I was in, let's see, I got on Facebook right when they started allowing just like anyone to go. Because before it was invite only and only at certain schools, right?
Colleges, right.
Only you had to have a college email address. Was that right?
Yep.
And I remember I started a Facebook. I was a senior in high school.
Okay.
And I was taking classes at the college actually I ended up attending because I was a smarty pants. And but I went to Asbury University and there's a thing called Asbury Academy where like high school seniors could go and they could take a specific number of courses. And because I had already like committed to this college, there's like you can just take classes. And so I just like went there full time my senior year. And it was like dual enrollment kind of thing. But I remember sitting there in this like English class, and we were in this like computer lab working on our like portfolio. Did you have portfolios? Did you ever do that? What? In Kentucky, you had to like have it was some kind of English portfolios. We had like a certain number of like essays and pieces that you had to have finished by the end of high school. I don't know why.
No, I didn't
so
have
we're just like completing these things, and I'm just like wasting time. Like, oh, my sister has this thing called Facebook, and she said I should get on it. So I was just like checking out. I was like, yeah, I'll start this, and so I just created this little account. Little did I know how it would change my life forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I remember hearing about it. I was of college age, but I did not go to a college, so I couldn't get in. but I had a lot of friends.
So you went to dark Facebook.
I went to Dead Book.
Dead Book.
We'll start our own social media.
It's called Necronomicon, the Dead Book.
Yeah, all the code is written in blood.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, actually, is that a thing?
Can we? Hold on a second.
Faceless book. So I remember I had friends who went to Virginia Tech, and I wanted to keep up with a lot of them. So I remember one of the guys gave me his login to his Facebook page. So that was my
bold move,
right,
Kevin?
Yeah, Sean.
Oh, Sean.
Sean.
Okay.
Sean.
Oh, Sean.
S-H with a W. Sean.
S-H-W.
Yeah, Shaw.
Interesting.
Hobbs and Sean.
Interesting.
So he let me use his account, and he never used it, but I was friends, like he and I had a lot of mutual friends.
Right.
So I would like keep up with them on his Facebook page.
That's weird, like a married couple.
It was like, yeah, we had, it was his picture. I never uploaded any of my own photos to it, but it was like, I would send messages to like some of our mutual friends, like, hey, we're coming up to Tech. You want to hang out?
Yeah. Did you guys kiss a lot?
Offline. So,
I mean, if online kissing, I don't know what that is.
Not yet. AR. Oculus Rift.
We'll get there.
We'll get into that.
You and Sean. Yeah.
Sean. So I remember in that whole like using someone else's Facebook page, that was when they started to open it up for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh wow, I can make my own Facebook page. And that was basically it. So I was kind of in just like you right when they started opening it up for everybody.
Yeah.
And so
what year was that, do you think?
Oh gosh. 04, maybe 05.
Mine was in 06 or 07.
Yeah, because I was out of high school, and like my friends they still had a year or two in college, and so that's kind of when it opened up. And I remember being such a fan of MySpace, thinking like, this is lame. I can't even customize the background.
I know that's the thought. Is like, this looks like everyone else's. So stupid.
Can't customize. Where's the song?
Something corporate's not playing anywhere.
So I remember having it and just thinking like, this is just to keep up with like the 5-10 friends who go to Tech, and that was pretty much it. Yeah, I was like, this is not going to work. And then it did. Like MySpace just went away,
and now the Russians are invading.
Whew. And now Facebook is they're hanging in there.
Yeah, they're doing it.
I think they're gonna
make it.
Looks like we made it. Oh man! But I remember having the joke with MySpace saying like, I'm gonna invent the MySpace pager. And the thing is like, you wanted to get back to your computer because you wanted to check to see if anyone had written on your wall, if you had any friend requests.
That's right.
Messages, things like that. We didn't have it on our phones. We had little flip razor phones. We had sidekicks, and there was no connectivity to your social. Like there was nothing.
It wasn't until I was in college when I got my first iPhone. What was your first iPhone?
3G.
Okay, so yeah. I had the one right before that. It was
okay.
Was that the first one? I think it was the first one.
I remember waiting until like they quote made the internet better. So I had because like I remember everyone
internet's not good enough yet.
Well, everyone on the phones, everyone was complaining about like the connectivity with the initial iPhones to the internet, and then they released the iPhone 3G, and then they released the 3GS.
Yeah,
and that was when my wife now, but she and I were dating at the time. I got the 3GS and gave her my 3G. That's how we knew it was true love.
And then she said yes, and you got married.
We said 3GS,
and we got married. God, I hate that joke so much. I hate you.
S.
I don't like anything that's happening
3G.
right now.
Yes.
No.
It was white.
I had the first generation iPhone, so it was the one that had like
you went straight for it,
silver, and I got it secondhand because I was a sophomore. No, I was a freshman in college, I think, and it was revolutionary.
I mean, it was pretty fantastic.
It was amazing.
I remember it hardly did anything.
I still remember waiting because I mean, it was probably 5 years until any kind of competitor on Android was like, oh, this is they were looking for the iPhone killer.
Yeah. So I remember when the iPhone was released, BlackBerry released the touchscreen. Do you remember the touchscreen?
Yeah,
and it had like the little like bubbles that came up on the screen, so you could like feel the tactile.
And it was terrible. Everything was so bad.
Because up until that point,
you
was
wanted
like
the real keyboards.
BlackBerry
were
was the thing,
dominating. When I met my wife, she had a BlackBerry. Yeah, she did. And I still went after that.
Yeah. It's just wild to think that now, like, I don't have my phone. Oh, my phone's right here. The number I turned on Do Not Disturb. I don't know how many notifications I'm missing right now. It's driving me bananas.
Wow, I've checked my Twitter like 5 times since we started.
He's live tweeting. He's live tweeting right now. So we're a couple of young lads. We are on the MySpace. We were on the Facebooks early on. But another aspect of that we haven't talked about yet is how much video games and online video games have ruined our lives.
Oh my gosh. I still remember I was in high school, and one of my friends was I remember the first friend who got Xbox Live and just playing Halo 2 in his room.
Ugh.
And for some reason, his parents had the DSL line, and they let him have like the router in his room so that he could actually hook directly into the wall. He could hardwire in, and we played forever.
Yeah, you just do, because like you when you're in a lobby, a multiplayer lobby, the game ends, and then another one starts up right away.
And that was like the first big console-based game. I mean, Xbox Live was around for a while. Mm-hmm. I think we looked up today. It was 2002. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was probably 2004.
04 was Halo 2.
Yeah,
November 9th, I think.
No, I thought it was September.
It was November. Right now. I'm putting money on November.
Oh, I think it's 11. No, it's November 9th. You got it.
You know why I remember?
Because he got the tattoo.
The dude with the tattoo.
He got a tattoo.
He rolled up his sleeve and was like, because they kept delaying it.
They did.
They kept delaying the release date, and all anyone wanted was a Halo 2.
I was flipping it around. I was thinking 9/11. It's 11/9.
Yeah.
9/11. I never forget.
Yeah. So, gosh, I remember waiting up at midnight, and just like getting the game and then going home and then playing. I had to work the next morning.
Oh, I was in high school, so I did not. I remember my dad driving me to GameStop to wait in line around the block.
Oh my gosh.
And him just waiting in the car to be like, "Are you fine?" I'm just like, "Yeah." Yeah, I'm 13. I'm fine.
That's fantastic. I hope my girls have things like that, because like I'm okay with stuff like that.
They're not going to.
Who knows what they're going to be into?
They're going to be like, the midnight release? No, it's downloading right now, Dad.
Yeah, it's downloading right now. You're absolutely right. I mean, like, I remember hearing something about like how, because we have so much streaming media and movie, like things like that, the movie theater is going to become like almost how we view like big concerts right now. It's almost going to be like that moving forward. I think it was Spielberg who actually like predicted this, what it's going to be like. And so I'm hoping that when they get really into whatever is released in 10, 15 years, and they're like, hey, you want to go to the midnight showing? Like, oh, wow, those are still things. Let's go. I'll be totally down to do it, because we'll have an archive of teraflops of movies.
Yeah.
But I remember staying up and playing Rainbow Six.
Ooh, that's before Halo 2, right?
It was before Halo 2, because it was like, this is going to satiate that need to want to play Halo 2 until Halo 2 comes out. But you could play online.
Yeah.
You could play. I had been moved out of my house. I was living in an apartment with another guy, and we had Xboxes and our own Xbox Live accounts. Yeah. And we were just like from opposite rooms, like, hey, you going to bed? No, one more? Yeah, I'm not going to class tomorrow. Okay. And then there's like the cheapest plastic headset.
That was like
best. The plastic hockey puck with like the toothpick and then like an olive on the end. Like the thing was, it was just
a green olive because it's Xbox. Yeah.
It was the most crappily built piece of hardware.
Oh, it's terrible.
And then like it just like you had to like carefully plug it into the thing, and okay, I'm ready. It's not working, but I'm ready.
I mean, that was basically my college experience because we didn't have Xbox Live in college, but we just had this giant LAN network. I told you about that, right?
Oh, yeah.
To where, like, we couldn't access outside, but, like, as long as you were hardwired into the network, you could play any Xbox that was hard lined in. Yep. And so it wasn't Halo 2, it was Halo 3.
The dream.
So, like, we would have, 6-7 guys on our hall playing, but then you'd have 50 guys playing across campus. And so you would kind of like walk in between games and you just hear people running to the bathroom, like on the hall, and be like, "Are you guys still playing?" It's like, "Yeah, we're going to go." Okay. And just like shaking it and they're like, "Wash your hands," and running back to the room.
Halo 3 was the best Halo.
Oh my gosh, so good.
It is the best Halo. But so online gaming it's so funny now.
It's so different now.
That like online gaming, like you're hard pressed to find a 2-player couch game.
Co-op.
Yeah, you just can't find those games now, and we will get into what that looks like now. But before we jump into what the internet looks like as adults, you put out a little Twitter poll.
I did that.
You did,
as we usually do. We like to consult our listeners. And maybe people who don't listen, but they're on Twitter and they like to participate anyway. We still appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
And this week we asked you guys, what's your earliest internet memory?
Ooh.
And we're not just like throwing it out there like what happened, but like we actually like to have a spectrum here. And I'm going to go, this actually works either way. So I'm going to go from the most recent to the least recent.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
oldest.
You got that?
Yeah.
To the oldest? Most recent to the oldest.
To the eldest.
The first one was I speak in GIFs and memes. So that's the most recent. That's before. That's more modern, right? People are throwing pics out there, especially on the Facebook, whether they're accurate or not. I speak in GIFs many a time a day. I'm happy to say.
I only use the GIF keyboard.
Purely. I don't know how to access the other one, actually.
QWERTY. What's QWERTY? Astif?
I don't know what that is.
Just speaking gobbledygook.
I don't understand it. But that was only 2%. A lot of people. We got a lot of old folks in here. Actually, I don't even know who that would be. Where they're like, I don't understand these other things.
They're busy playing Fortnite. That's why they didn't.
That's
vote
right.
In our poll.
They didn't know. I'm not friends with these kids. They're busy on kid pics. They're the ones featured.
They're not.
No, they're okay. No, they're not. No, they're not. Next we have Facebook status updates. So that the Facebook era, we're talking about mid 2000s.
Sure.
If that was your earliest, that was only 3%.
Wait.
Barely.
I want to
more. Yeah,
put a quick pin there. Do you remember your first tweet?
No.
I remember when Twitter first came out.
It was in 2009. I do remember that. It was September 2009. I don't remember what it was.
Okay. I just remember when Twitter came out, I remember thinking like, oh, someone took the Facebook status update and made a whole platform off of that.
Yeah, I thought
that's not going to last.
Yeah, I thought it was really stupid. My sister was on it first, and she's like, "Yeah, it's kind of quirky and fun and different." I'm just like, and I tried it out for like a month.
Yeah,
and I was like, "This is dumb," and I just got off for like 2 years, and then I hop back on, and it's like my main platform now.
Did you use Google Buzz?
I don't know what that is.
No, that was their form of Twitter.
Oh no,
it was real bad.
Was it okay? It
wasn't.
Okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right, next we have the MySpace Top 8. Like we said, this is my first foray into social media.
Sure.
And this is 19% of voters.
Oh.
So a little younger crowd.
Okay.
They're jumping in at this time.
Yeah.
But the top dog.
Here we go.
Number one spot at 76%. It's the aim away messages.
The best was that you could format it. You could background color, bold, choose your font, and then you could use like wingdings for because we didn't have emojis back then.
No, you could just kind of like cap them on the ends, bookend
it,
with
you
wingdings.
You had your this symbol, and like the lightning bolt, and then grabbing lunch.
Do you remember one for you?
Huh?
Do you remember one of yours?
Yeah, it was like 3 bombs.
3 bombs.
And it was can't talk, and then it was bomb.com/your mom. And it was at the bottom.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what it meant, but it was there.
I like it. I like it. I'm pretty sure there's a point in one podcast where you say bomb.com/your-mom.
Is just hearkening back to...
And you don't talk about what it is, but I remember editing that episode and thinking, what the hell is that?
It was my way. I was trying to step away from the mic, is what I was trying to do. I was trying to subliminally step away.
I was somewhere else.
Yeah,
I was away.
Clearly.
Take a hint. So yeah, that was by far the number one. And so we got a lot of people in the same era. I mean, I don't know what would be before AAM.
AOL.
I mean, but that's
So
That's
no,
the very first, right?
But the thing is, like, so AOL, for those of you who remember, was the online platform. You had to log into their proprietary software and you got mail, like that whole thing. But only people who had paid AOL accounts could chat with each other.
Right.
And I think the big draw,
like Google Chat now.
Right. The big draw with AOL was the messenger window. So if Jordan logged in when he was in Kentucky and I logged in when I was in California, we both had AOL, we could chat with each other. But if there was a third party who had their own, who paid for some other internet connection, Prodigy or NetZero or whatever, they couldn't chat with us. So then AOL Instant Messenger came out, and it bridged that gap between AOL
Brought
users.
everyone together.
And we were all there.
Until Facebook Messenger just killed it. Was that the kibosh?
Facebook Messenger?
Yeah. On AIM, because then they added the chat feature. When did AIM die?
Oh man,
I don't even know.
That's a good question. I don't know. If anyone out there knows, let us know. Like, what was the tentpole between AIM and then Facebook Messenger? I mean, we had.
Was it MySpace? Was it just being able to chat back? I don't know if MySpace had like
inboxes
chat,
and stuff,
but there wasn't a chat function.
It wasn't chat. No. Like ICQ was like right around the same time as like AIM. We had I don't know. There just wasn't really anything that I can think of. Google Chat, is that what you're talking about? GChat?
Was GChat that early?
I don't know.
I don't think it was.
Wow. I don't know.
I only started using it recently now that I'm working remotely.
Skype? Was Skype chat like a thing?
I didn't use it until
the thing is, like, my first foray into internet chat rooms was IRC, and I still use IRC.
And that was really early too.
Yeah, it's just like this outdated, antiquated, ugly piece of technology. But the thing is, it always works. So I still have my fair share of IRC rooms that I'm a part of.
It's dependable. Thank you guys for voting. We like to hear what you like to think, what you like to say, what you like to tell us what happened.
A little verbal gymnastics.
It's fine.
This end of the microphone.
I like to know it all. I like it all. You never know. If you'd like to take part in future polls, you can join us over at IDWGU Pod on Twitter. We post them on Monday. Try to do in the morning, but you never know. Just check. Just run over there. We never know what's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Keep you guessing.
We're going to ask you questions.
On your toes.
Come on over and answer them. We're at IDWGU Pod on Twitter. Also, go over to Instagram at IDWGU Pod. We post pictures of these beautiful beers and other little things we do. If we have guests, if we're doing anything, you never know. Well, we might take some pictures of it. It's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We could feature you.
Yeah. What?
It's 2019, baby.
Wow. Unbelievable. All right, but it's time. It's time to move on, to move forward into the future.
I'm dreading this a little bit.
Let's think about what the internet is like nowadays as adults. Let's transition that time. So we're past all this social media nonsense. We're not involved in that anymore, right?
Social media who?
What?
Gary
Come on,
v.
we're better
Gary
than
v.
that.
What?
We're better than that.
It's such this weird mishmash of things now. It's like if you look back through time from like say this like the 60s of like the big tent poles of music genres, and then like the two main music genres split to 4 and then to 8 and then 16, 32, 64, like all that. It's that, but with internet culture. And it like if you try to look at internet culture right now at a 30,000 foot view, you're going to get a headache, Your nose is going to start to bleed.
It's like
and
those
you're gonna
weird,
get lost.
It's like those weird hidden picture things. It's
Yeah,
like
the
you have to
magic
look at
eye.
it. Yeah, the
Yeah.
magic eye. You have to cross your eyes and kind of look at it, but you still can't quite see it.
It's bizarre because right when you think you have a grasp on like, oh, so this is the state of the internet, then you get introduced to some weird channel or chapter or whatever you want to call it, and you're thinking, oh, I know nothing.
Right.
I know nothing.
I feel like we're just getting closer and closer to that singularity that you talk about, where it's like it's just part of who we are.
Yeah.
Where before we talk about, oh, let's check our MySpace page for 30 minutes on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And now it's like, no, I need to look at this.
Yeah.
For like, I literally just got a notification. This is a little embarrassing. And yesterday it said, your average time spent on your phone per day, 8 hours. 8 hours. Granted, I work from home. My job is literally to do things on social media. This is justification. But still, like,
what if this was an intervention? Like all the lights,
everyone
and the cameras,
comes out from behind.
Your mom and your dad.
Oh my gosh! You were the one this morning. Like, what if we talk about the internet?
Tom from MySpace comes out.
Tom,
he can only look over his shoulder.
Yeah, coyly.
We're just worried about you, Jordan.
Face me, Tom.
The hell are you doing here?
Face
Thomas?
me like a man.
Get a different shirt.
You're out of my top 8, Tom.
No. 8 hours a day.
8 hours a day.
I think at my peak, like right now, I feel like I'm at a healthy, like screen time.
My problem is, even if I'm using my computer, my phone is next to me doing checking stuff. Yeah. You know,
I think at my peak, my screen time analytics read like 5.5 hours.
Oh, so you're just better than me. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
But I don't work from home. I don't write for a site that lives on platforms.
Like, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah. That's right. But it's also one of those things where I look at it and I think like that number of hours per day times this whole week, like, okay, well, there went 40 hours of my life. Like, sure, some of it may have been spent doing actual productive things, like uploading an album of me and my family and spending the time to like make sure it looks right. Because then in a year, we're going to look back at it. And I've done that. I've admittedly done things like that where I go back and like, I'm so glad that I took the time to archive that and whatever, because I don't know where the actual hard copies of those are. Or working with clients to make money and pay bills. Like,
that's nice.
That stuff is great. But I also know me well enough to know that it's Scroll City sometimes for the sake of Scroll City. And you know what?
Sure.
I'm okay with that.
The problem is that for some people, for us, for example, we, for example, have jobs that rely, a lot of our income is based on things that we do on the internet. And so, for example, like I got my job because I was spending time on the internet.
Right. On that Twitter website where you're like,
you've heard of it.
That's dumb.
This is
and
stupid.
You were gone for 2 years.
Dumb. So a lot of my professional life is intertwined with my online persona, if you will.
Oh my.
I won't. But it's terrible. I hate talking about this because it is absurd.
Yeah.
But it's real.
It is, but it's
real.
It's almost kind of become the sort of modern day production line. If you think about it in some way, like the content that we consume on any level.
Yeah.
If you're a LinkedIn nerd and you're the person who needs to consume that professional
who are
advice,
those people? If you're like, you know what, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, they're cool, but you know where the fun's at? LinkedIn.
I will say, right now there's this huge influx of folks making content for LinkedIn.
What do you make for LinkedIn? Besides updating your resume,
business profile advice. That's it.
Good.
Which tie goes with those
How to tie a double versus single Windsor.
Yeah.
Wow. Great engaging content.
Just real solid.
Love
solid.
it. Yeah, I just love that we're burning LinkedIn. Let's just spend the rest of the time burning LinkedIn.
So it's clear that you do spend quite a bit of time.
I think people in general spend more time than they should.
We do, and I think I'm happy that there has become more of this sort of awareness for the wellness factor of how much time we are in fact spending on social. Whether it's professional or leisure or a combination of the two, it's fine. But just like with anything, too much of anything is a bad thing, even if the outcome of those things is ultimately generally positive.
I mean, but I know you're going somewhere else with this. We can still go there. But I also wonder, I think that I don't want to look at something like this and say, like, too much of it's bad. Like, it's one way or the other. It's good or bad. But I am hoping that there are people out there who are going to find ways to, like, research shows, like, just sitting on Instagram for hours a day is not good for your mental health.
It's it's great. Which one did you read?
Sorry, not good.
Oh,
it's not good.
Just send me that article.
Instead of it,
Okay.
It's the good articles that say that it's bad for you. It's the ones that are based with research and good science.
What was that word?
No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
But I'm looking for the people who are finding ways to innovate and who are taking things instead of just saying, like, it's bad and throwing it all in the garbage.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
To say, like, how can we use this to our benefit? How can we improve mental health? How can we bring people together with this, rather than just saying, like, this is bad and unnatural?
Sure. And I don't want a blanket statement at all, because like, what is going to work for me and register with, like, this is going to check the boxes for, like, this is too much, this is a good balance. Like, I could try and apply that template to you. It could be like, this doesn't work at all. This is totally
I need
off.
8 hours a day on my phone, or else.
Studies have shown. But that being said, like, finding that balance is important for you, for me, for Jordan, like, all that stuff. It's important, except when it comes to YouTube rabbit holes. The YouTube rabbit hole is a phenomenon in and of itself that didn't exist when we had 56K modems, because you couldn't load a video fast
YouTube
enough.
Wasn't a thing then.
It was not a thing. There's a joke by Dane Cook, I'm referencing Dane Cook. Dane, if you're watching, where you been, man? Where you been? We loved you at one point.
Isn't he dating like a 17-year-old or something?
Probably. I don't know where he's at. But
look, Dane, be better.
Be
better.
Yeah. Okay. Enough with the kid pics, Dane.
Oh, God.
He made this joke about YouTube when it first started to explode. He goes, you could go onto YouTube, you could punch a keyboard, and the characters that went into the search bar, like, there would be results for whatever you punched into your keyboard. Like that third grade recital that you thought was gone and buried and forever lost. No, you punch your keyboard and it comes up, and there you are. A:/F6, I think, was the actual bit. But that being said, the YouTube rabbit hole is this, like, fascinating phenomenon. I know they've spent billions on trying to figure out how to keep you, me, Jordan on the platform, and by God, it's working.
I do feel like it's changed over the years based on their algorithms, though. Mm-hmm. I mean, now I feel like that rabbit hole, that wormhole, whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to call it, I think it's definitely tailored to my subscriptions and my interests way more than it used to be. I don't know if that's good. I don't think I find as much interesting content as I used to, so that kind of, like, wavers outside of my usual comfort zone. Everything that I'm watching now kind of seems the same. But I mean, I remember days back in college, back when you're supposed to be writing that paper. It's like it's 3 in the morning and it's due at 10 a.m. and you still have 17 pages to write, but you're like, I don't know. I need to see what these gross zits look like when they pop.
Gross.
It's so satisfying. I don't know why I watch it. I was sleep deprived.
But, we've all been there. We've all been there where you're like, how do I fix a leaky roof?
Oh, good. You're watching actual, like, content that teaches you
something.
Well,
that's the thing. It starts out that way.
Oh, okay.
And then you get done and you think, like, I'm going to underwater basket weave in Zimbabwe. Like, I've just been motivated.
That sounds awesome.
Because of the content.
Sounds great.
That I've watched. Just let's go there. Let's go there. The internet now, like we can't, even if we were to sit here and talk about it for the next 10, 12, 15 years.
Let's do it.
We'd have a hard time encapsulating it. Like we can only really speak to our experiences with it presently. And I think it's a positive thing as long as you aren't letting it dictate your life, just like anything.
Like we are.
Yeah.
Like most people
just
are.
Just give in. Just Emperor Palpatine, like just a holographic version of him. Yeah, give in. YouTube. All right, we could continue on this road for many moons. But I found us a little quiz.
Oh, you got. Is it time for thingamabobs and whatnots or
Thingamabobs
news time
and
or
whatnot.
quizzes?
So this is the part of the
questions?
show where we would find. You guys saw I was on my phone just now. I wasn't ignoring Jordan. I was pulling up something that I had found.
He was
earlier.
boosting those screen time numbers, like his buddy old
and
pal
amateur
Jordan over here.
amateur numbers. All right, so this I'm a little ashamed to say this is a BuzzFeed quiz, but it's okay. You know what?
Have some standards.
There's a reason they're on top. It's because their stuff is addictive.
Are they on top though?
Are they?
Are they though?
Are they?
It's not 2011 anymore, Felix.
Oh boy, this was written in 2013. Okay, this is a quiz called "How Well Do You Know the Internet?"
I'm overconfident right now.
Okay, here we go. All right,
Let's go.
So this is Felix quizzing Jordan. We're gonna start off easy. There are take this quiz to find out. No cheating. Here we go. We're gonna rocket fire through these.
Are there solid like yes, no, right, wrong answers?
Oh
here?
yeah, absolutely.
Oh no.
Here we go. Starting off super simple. What does LOL stand for?
Lots of love.
Perfect.
No, laugh out loud.
All right. Second question. What does YOLO stand for?
You only live once.
Great. Number 3. Who is this?
Grab a cat.
Great. Grumpy Cat.
Okay.
I don't even need to flash that up on screen.
No.
Next question. Who
R.I.P.
is this?
Nyan Cat.
Ooh, Jordan. All right. Here we go. Moving on. Who's this cat?
I don't know his name. I know who it. I've seen him. I don't know him.
So, multiple choice. Lil Bub, Lil Sebastian, Lil Bob, Lil Puss.
I don't know. It's not Lil Sebastian. It's Lil Bub. Is Lil Bub?
We'll go with Lil Bub.
I'll go with Lil Bub.
Lil Bub. All right.
Lil Bub.
I guess we're in cat territory because the internet.
It's all cats.
Which cat is this?
Keyboard Cat.
Keyboard Cat. If you haven't seen Keyboard Cat, turn this off right now and go find
it.
Keyboard Cat. All right. Number 7. The question says, easy, right? ? Now, pick the correct definition of the following terms.
Oh, no.
Internet meme. Someone who spends too much time online. An idea, behavior, or style that spreads via the internet. A complex HTML code. An online term for mum.
B.
Correct. This is the worst quiz ever.
BuzzFeed.
Emoticon.
Yes. Is it yes or no?
A meta-communicative pictorial representation of a facial expression, an internet user who writes with caps, an excessively emotional email, Megatron's troubled teenage son.
This is adorable.
Yeah, this is great.
A.
This was written by a 76-year-old man.
Emoticons.
All right, here we go. YouTube stars. Who or what are the following? Fenton. A newsreader who got sacked after giving one disastrous report. A band from Coventry. A dog who ran away from its owner to scare some deer. A deluded male model.
I'm going to go with... I don't know who this is. I'm going to go D.
Oh, I actually don't know the answer to this. Ooh. This is great. All right. I went ahead and checked D. We'll see what happens at the end.
All right.
Charlie. A baby who repeatedly bites his brother's finger. Huh. A cat who chases a skateboard. A swearing frog. An old man dancing in a nightclub.
And Charlie bit my finger.
Charlie, that really hurts, Charlie. Chris Crocker. A crocodile who lets birds rest on his back. A Britney Spears superfan. An overweight rapper. A 7-year-old comedian.
I don't know who the Britney Spears superfan is, but I'm going to go with that one.
Okay.
Is that right?
Okay. I'm voting for it.
All right. I don't know. I know, I recognize these answers.
Rebecca Black.
Okay, yeah.
A teenage blogger, a woman who films conversations with her.
Friday.
Got it.
Friday.
A pop star with an annoying fan. Annoying song.
Annoying fan. It's me. It's me.
Which of the following are real Tumblr blogs?
I've never been on Tumblr.
Really?
I mean, I've been on Tumblr, but I don't have a Tumblr account.
Well, let's just go for it.
Let's do it.
This Tumblr blog is the URL is.
It's a snake. Slytherin.
It's a couple of lowercase s's, some capital s's. All right. The URL for this blog, this Tumblr blog is selicwaterfallsandwich.tumblr.com. Real or fake?
Real. That can't be
it
fake.
It has to be.
It can't be fake.
Real or fake? pandalovetoparty.tumblr.com.
Real
Real for all these. flowersinshoes.tumblr.com.
Fake. No one wants flowers in their shoes.
carsthatAreanimals.tumblr.com.
That's real. I want that every day.
All right, here we go. What word or phrase would you normally associate with these pictures? And now this is the penguin on the blue facing to the left.
You want to show the camera? Okay. I'm gonna say socially awkward.
Ooh, good one. All right, here we go. Boromir.
One does not simply.
I don't even need to say the
What is it?
options.
What were the options?
One does not. ... One must always. One simply must. One of these days.
One of these days.
All right, here we go. We got Gene Wilder.
Oh yeah.
We got Willy Wonks.
What could it be?
Evil, sarcastic, condescending, dishonest.
I think it's all of them actually.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But it's condescending.
I think condescending is the one they're going for here.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We got this victory, strength, success, popularity.
Success kid, y'all.
Yeah. Ooh, success. A little corgi, which, side note, I really want a corgi.
Do you really?
I do.
Really?
The little butts look like loaves of bread. 25, right. Now, things are going to get tough. What meme is this?
Actually, I don't know if I've ever seen this.
I don't think I have either. What are we going to guess? Sad dogs, first world dog problems, rich dog problems, dogs with depression.
Oh, God, that's so sad.
Yeah.
I'm going to say first world dog probs.
Yep.
Too many toys. That sounds like a first world dog prop.
Sounds like it. All right. This is the CEO of Tumblr, but what is his name? David Karp, David
R.L.
Black,
Stein.
David Karp, David White. He looks like the CEO of Tumblr. He actually looks like Shroud.
He does. David Black.
Yeah. What Twitter account is this? And it's the profile picture and then the name jotted out, and then the tweet is fake pictures on Craigslist. It makes Elaine's apartment.
It's modern Seinfeld.
It's modern Seinfeld.
Come on, y'all.
So good.
Come on, y'all.
All right.
I just had to see the profile picture.
Yeah,
that's the
it.
problem.
This is question 28 of who knows how many. In 2012, what was the fourth most visited website in the world? YouTube, Yahoo.
And wait, when?
2012.
Okay.
YouTube, Yahoo, Facebook, Wikipedia.
2012. 2012. YouTube?
I'm gonna guess YouTube. Here we go.
I don't know.
Jordan, I think it's safe to say that you're pretty internet savvy.
Oh, thanks.
So I'm just real quick going to go through the ones that we were like kind of unsure of, because for the most part, these were pretty easy. These were just lobs.
I mean, I spend 8 hours a day on the internet, apparently.
So let's see. The ones that we were kind of unsure about, Fenton.
Yeah, who's Fenton?
Right. So YouTube stars, who or what are the following? The clue, the word was Fenton. You guessed a diluted male model.
That sounds like something I would say.
It was a dog who ran away from its owner to scare some deer.
Fenton, go to your home. Stop.
Charlie, you got. Chris Crocker was in fact a Britney Spears superfan.
Yeah,
Rebecca Black, we got that. Blah,
Leave her
blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. We move on to, okay, here we go. selicwaterfallsandwich.tumblr.com was in fact a Tumblr blog. You got it. pandalovestheparty.tumblr.com. Real.
Yes.
Hundo P. Real. Flowersinshoes.tumblr.com. You guessed fake. Correct. CarsthatAreanimals.tumblr.com. You guessed real. fake.
No,
It
come
was
on.
fake. It
Well,
was
let's start
fake.
it right now. I need cards that look like animals.
And then let's see, the corgi. You guessed first world dog problems. Correct.
Oh man.
CEO of Tumblr. You guessed David Black. David Carp.
I mean, black carp. What's the difference?
Yeah, I know. You know. And
You
then the last question on the quiz, the fourth most visited website in the world in 2012. You guessed
right, but it was
YouTube. Answer was Yahoo. Yahoo.
people are still going to Yahoo in
I guess.
2012.
The number of people who still have Yahoo accounts is disgusting.
It's absurd.
It's disgusting.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't
people
like it.
disgust me. You should be dealt with. But that's our quiz. That's our thingamabob. That's our whatnot. We did it. We're there. And actually, if you guys have any quizzes that you want to send us, shoot them over to us. Twitter.
What if someone has just like a notebook full of quizzes?
That'd be great.
It's like
What if
the
John
Riddler.
BuzzFeed.
Jonathan BuzzFeed?
Yeah. Jonathan was my father. Call me Johnny Buzz.
Call me J Buzz.
J Buzz. Like a
Oh,
90s
no.
hacker.
All right, J Buzz, you in the mainframe yet?
I'm in, bro. Rollerblades for life.
I'm in.
Wow. We've talked about a lot, but at the same time, it's like we can't even see the tip of the iceberg.
No,
It's just
like we haven't gone that deep.
we need to do like a full anthology of the internet.
Yeah.
In order to even.
So
like,
this is the
get
internet
close.
episode 1.
Yeah.
Tune back in next week.
For episode 2. Actually, let's start with 4, 5, and 6.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
And then we'll do a prequel.
And then people will hate 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, no, we'll make them really bad.
And then people will love 7, hate 8, and then the verdict will be out for 9.
We'll keep it up in the air.
It's great.
I like it a lot.
Hate 8. Is that why they hated it? Because it rhymes?
Probably.
I don't know. How'd you feel about 8?
It was fine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we should talk about Star Wars at some point
Just a straight up Star Wars episode.
because it was like it. Okay, we're gonna start over. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We're welcome to I don't want to.
Back to back again. Let's go.
Yeah. Wow, it's verdict time, right?
It's that time. This went fast.
It did, like something about an internet speed connection.
Yeah, like that. Google Fiber fast.
RE, not ER. Oh man. Okay. I don't remember who went first last episode.
Last episode, I don't remember either. So I'm gonna go second.
Okay. All right. So the question is and was and always will be at the very end. This is the part of the show where we determine whether or not the topic at hand was better when we were kids or is better now as adults. In this case, we're talking about the internet, and Felix is using all of his stalling tactics to just talk and talk.
This.
Blow that
Are you even, like,
smoke.
Are you changing any of your?
Oh, I fell asleep 4 minutes ago.
I'm in a coma right now.
Yeah. Okay, so the internet right now is super fast. It's connective. It fuels my business, both professional, freelance, side hustle, all that stuff. I could not do the things that I am doing right now without the internet in its current state.
Oh my god. What is it?
But
You have a seizure.
I could do
What's
that.
going-
I could do that in video. But
I don't like this.
yeah, this is
I
great.
don't like this at all.
The origin stories of our heroes are what we love to hear. We want to hear about Superman wrapped in a blanket of hope, falling from Krypton and landing in Kansas. I'm so glad we're shooting video because the look on your face is just like,
I don't even know how I feel. I'm trying to like think of the actual emotions and identify them, and I can't even do it. I don't, because on one hand, like I know what you're saying, and I
we want to watch Bruce Wayne's parents get shot one more time outside of that theater.
once more.
Just once more around the sun. I still remember how I felt knowing that this whole brand new, like my eyes are like tearing up, partly because I was laughing.
Stop
at your
getting so
face.
emotional. It's the internet, man.
But just knowing that, like, at that point, just looking forward through that screen and thinking, like, everything's going to be different now. Everything is so drastically different. And that was before what we have now, like, well before. But for some reason, I just saw it and I thought, like, I think I'm going to build my whole business and foundation of who I am on this weird noise that this rectangle is making. Ghostbumps.com. So that learning phase, that garage phase, whatever you want to call it, that sort of ramp up phase, to me, like the brand new exploration of it, to me, it was better.
I feel like you are harping so hard on those nostalgia heartstrings.
Love it.
Like it is, you're just playing those
kidding
all
me?
day.
I am Jimi Hendrixing. I have pulled back the bandana wraps around
you
my
were all
eyebrows.
along the watchtower.
I have cut slits. I've got cocaine in there. I've lit my guitar on fire. And yet the Star Spangled Banner is still wailing without me holding that guitar, that left-handed Strat. I'm still just like, just all the way.
Wow. What a colorful analogy. Did he have cocaine in his bandana? Or was it LSD?
LSD,
it was LSD, right?
He had two eyebrows.
What? You can't do eyebrows?
He had two eyebrows.
I'm just gonna move on from this. We're just gonna.
He could do both.
So the internet. I feel like this is pretty easy for me. I can look back and think of the angst-ridden AIM sessions I had with girls. I can go. Why'd you say it like that?
What? Because the ghost in our new studio.
So good. Let's just talk about that more. I can talk about introducing myself to the initial introduction to coding. To get my sweet MySpace page in order, right? To get those fonts exactly right.
I need the sys codes. I need the Hatmill codes.
I need Cisco.
And Hatmill codes. You mean HTML?
No, it's Hatmill. It's the Hatmill. It's the mill where they make the hats. How else am I going to make these hats on my MySpace page?
I'd like to apply for your Hatmill position. Get out. That seems right.
That's about right. As much as I can look back and just put those rose-colored glasses on, right?
You loved it. Thank you guys so much for
stop. Just no. It's the convenience factor of high-speed internet now, whenever I want it, in my pocket, sitting at a red light. Yeah, checking my Twitter feed.
Cruising past the green light.
Cruising right through that red light. Putting lives in danger. The fact that I can do that now is amazing. And I don't have to worry about... There's so many things that that's the thing about modern day internet. It's not like this amazing thing that you're back in like the year 2000. You're like, this is going to be magical and I'm going to be able to drive a car with my computer. Well, you can't do that with Teslas now. So I guess that is a real thing. But like there aren't these like...
I want to change my answer.
I feel like modern day, it's the convenience factor of everything. It's the fact that I get 2-day shipping on anything, right? It's everything is right at my fingertips. I have a million movies right here, right now, because I have Netflix, Hulu, and HBO Go right here. I can watch anything I want. I have instant entertainment for infinity in the palm of my hand, and it's terrifying, and I don't like it, but I also love it.
But I need it.
And I need it so much, and I hate it, but I would die if it wasn't there.
Just give it to me.
So because of that, it has to be better now, because it's like a drug, and it's like the cocaine and LSD in my bandana as I play the Star Spangled Banner at Woodstock. And why are we both? I like that we're both going with Jimi Hendrix references, but great. I think it stands. The internet is the LSD in Jimi Hendrix's bandana.
Ooh, I like it. What if when it's lights out for us and we like, I've lived a good life.
Goodbye.
Lights out. And then
Marjorie.
Jimi Hendrix sits up like, whoa. Whoa.
You're still holding that last note.
And he looks around like,
everyone wakes up as Jimi Hendrix.
What a like we're all in Jimi Hendrix's left eyebrow.
We're one follicle of an eyebrow here.
Just a drip of LSD turns into a single Jimi Hendrix tear. And it puts out the fire.
My parents listen to this sometimes. You know that,
and
right?
They know exactly what I'm talking about.